everybody. I'm working on Baby Genius. I repaired her leg. I built her a new finger out of polymer clay. It's the pointer finger. It was broken off. She had no finger. So we built her a new finger and I sculpted it. And now what I'm doing is I put the glue on it so hopefully it dries and it doesn't fall off. And now I'm filling in her cracks that she has. I had to reattach her leg. Her leg is glued on actually, and I repaired the wire. It came with the old vintage wire, which this one has. Her body was falling apart, so I took it off of her, and I had to sew. First I washed it. You'll see pictures of it. I'll put them in the video. Her body was filthy, and the stuffing, she stunk so bad, like musty. Now, she don't smell at all. I made this body cover out of old material. Actually, it's a sock. And I just stitched it around her to cover the bottom of her legs, her arms, because they're wool cloth and all she has is like just hands and 3/4 legs and her head. Now what I'm doing is I cleaned her all up and I'm filling in her cracks with acrylic paint. I trimmed her eyelashes on this eye because they were really long and this one had none. So what I'm doing now is I'm restoring her and painting her with the acrylic paint to fill in all the cracks so she doesn't look like so bad, like she doesn't look like an old lady, wherever you are. Hello. So that's what I'm doing. So I let the paint sit for a little bit and then I wash it off so it sort of hides the cracks. There we go. She's getting happy now. In one of the doll groups, it was a haunted doll group, and they said, she's definitely haunted. She gives me bad vibes. She's a good girl. She's not bothering anybody. I mean, if she starts flying around one night, well. 1930s this doll is from. This little Madame Alexander. And when I saw her, I'm like, oh. I said to the lady at the antique flea market, oh. Well, I pointed to Brian and I said, look at that poor little doll. So we asked, Brian says, how much is she? And the lady said, oh, $25. I'm like, she has a broken leg. I don't know if I could fix her. How about, I said, $5. She said, $15. I said, nah. Then she says, how about $10? So I said, fine. Took her home. And I'm repairing her. I paint the reborns and silicones, bring them to life, and I'm bringing this baby back to life. I'm gonna try to clean off any gook on her. And that's what I'm doing. My company is Rosanna's Fairy Tale Reborn Nursery. I was going to try to be a vendor at the Lebanon, PA doll show in September, but I think I'm just going to go as a guest and check out the lay of the land there and see how they set up the tables. I've done other shows, but I want to make sure I get a good spot if I'm going to do a doll show. There's another one coming up in November in Lancaster. Maybe I'll do that one. Brian does all my business work, and he already contacted the man to see if we could try to get into that show. I have to dress all the babies in little clean onesies. I have to get baskets to put them in. I have to get my table banner. She's looking better already. Poor little thing. Yeah, I don't know. They get cracks. These composition dolls. I I am so glad this color matches. I'm going to show you the before and afters. And I'm in some of the vintage doll groups. I never did this before. I never repaired a vintage doll, an antique. Now this doll is probably my mother's age. Well, my mother passed away in 2015. But my mother was born in 1936. So I would say this doll could have been hers when she was a little girl. You just never know. I asked the lady, where did it come from? She goes, oh, I don't know. Like I said, I'm filling in the cracks. You might have to go over them a couple of times. So I will do a finished up video. I love primitive. My home, I'm decorating primitive. Early American. I'd like to go back to that time. That'd be great. Okay, I let that dry a little bit. And then I'll blend it in. Let's try to clean up her nose. I use Dawn dish soap to gently clean the spots off of her. Because there's like dirt. I mean, you'd be dirty too if you were from 1930s. Not a dirty old person, but you know, if nobody ever took care of you, you'd be filthy. Look at her. Like I said, I cut the lashes. And she's a sleepy doll. But now she's going to be a happy doll. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for more videos. My nursery will be open by appointment. And you could have your own private doll show. You come see my babies. And guess what? If you want one, let me know. See you later. Bye. Now, I did fix the crack. I'm working on this Madame Alexander doll. I fixed the crack up on her head. Now I'm touching up the areas on her hair with acrylic paint, like I used for her arms and legs and face. And hopefully the cracks will get filled in by the paint. And then I'm going to blend it in. I like using my fingers a lot. I get a good feel for the paint blending in. So we're fixing her head up. And she's got little bangs. And this is acrylic paint, so you can wipe it quickly. To restore this 1930s Madame Alexander doll. Like I said earlier, I picked her up for 10 bucks at a antique flea market. I'm gonna blend it in. It's all about blending. And then you could wash off the acrylic paint quickly because it's washable. And once it's dry, I'm gonna dress her up. I made her body, like I said earlier, a body cover because her body was filthy. And it needed to be sewn. It was torn. We got to get these cracks. See these cracks? I used E6000 to hold the cracks from coming off more. Like the pieces were chipping off. I'd love to make my own doll show up here. I would need vendors. I need help. But we need a big doll show here up in the Northeast. In Pennsylvania, near Scranton. And I've been thinking about it, but not sure. It's a lot of work. I'd probably just have it like a Sunday show, if I decide to ever do my own show. I'd love to be a vendor at the Dolls of the World show with my reborns and silicones. See? There's nothing I could do about the cracked piece up here. Some of these dolls come with wigs, but I'm leaving her as original as possible. I touched up the cracks in her face. She was all cracked. I replaced her leg, as I said before. I will show you before and after photos. This is Baby Genius by Madame Alexander, and she's a sleeping baby. I'm gonna, let's see what else. I might just add a little paint to her lips, but I think she looks good now. And like I said, I used a old sock, a stretchy sock, to make a body cover. She has a gown in the background there on the chair, right there, that I got at the DOTWE show. And I built her finger, like I said. So stay tuned for the finished product.